Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the first live and online expression session of 2019. Can you snap it up for your beautiful selves? Yes, indeed. The theme for this year, or for this session, is my year of ... Yes, indeed. Who would like to go first?
I can do it.
Okay, we got Ash in the building. Burn, 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 burn.
Oh my God, she was Jamaican. I love it. Oh geez. I know your rules, so I'm not going to say anything. But anyways, this is a year of flames. A year of flames. Good salt lick burning, yawning. A giant fiery maw swallowing whole. I haven't talked about it before. My body breaking down in a new way, like compost, like a horror movie, folding in and dysphonic. I'm a forest fire, and burning stumps and sweet burned tree sap, leaking a slow and sticky drip. I feel I could burn it all the way down like this apartment and these white walls that I spend all day staring at. My mind's afire lately. Two, a hyperactive ticking. I have been just waiting for the clock to run down on the bombs. And my knees crumble like dry brush. Ankles stiffen like petrified wood. The burn following me, following my tree sap veins and flaring out. My veins have never been good, but now they're quite literally toasted and probably limp like marshmallow. Infuriating. To save new growth, I try to ignore my arms, the branches chewed up with red and orange, but it was futile. Instead, I'm realizing the core rings are what will have to save me. I know that if I have enough rings on my trunk, my core will make it through a dowsing or two, but I find my resolve wavering. Just like these campfires, it flickers and dances, and I can read the pattern only sometimes when permitted. Because I've never known this, all I can do is surrender the outer parts to the flames and hope to fizzle in the end of the year.
Can we snap it up, please? Can we get 2 affirmations, please, for Ash? Go ahead, Adora.
The metaphor of yourself as a tree, like when you started off with your year of flame, I didn't even realize this, even when you were talking about the forest fires, but as you went deeper into it, on one hand, it talked about the pain you were going through, but just the fact that you were this tree just gave it a sense of strength throughout, which provided this kind of optimism inside all the pain, which I thought was a beautiful juxtaposition. And thank
you. Thanks. Well, okay.
My question is, what did that feel like to write and read?
Kind of scary, but not scary in the usual way. Like normally, I'm scared to read with you guys because I am not a huge fan of like other people, and that's what's involved doing these. But it's I don't want to say it's a more real type of scared, but it's certainly a deeper kind of scared because it comes from a place where I'm worrying personally. I feel like almost like it feels like there's an anvil on my head, like right above my head, or like I got something on my shoulders, kind of. And so like it's that kind of fear instead of the public speaking, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. Yeah.
I just asked because my affirmation was it felt almost like a physical therapy when you were reading it. It felt like a part of the healing and processing. And but it was both it was an affirmation but also an assumption. So I just wanted to check in and add that. But it felt like there was that, I think, the courage that it takes to walk a journey of healing. I felt that in the poem itself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Can we snap it up? And when you snap it up with some healing energy for Ash, please. Yes. Thank you, Ash. Yay! That's from all of us, if that's okay.
Thanks.
We're gonna do no, we're not. Change my mind.
No.
You'll never know what I was thinking. Who would like to go next? Alex, Adora? Who would like to go? Is that you?
I can go next.
Go for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. This is just extremely different in tone. It's cool. This is my year of reckless abandonment, of appreciating chance, of welcoming joy and making space for laughter, of building my own peace foundation up, brick by blessed brick, with plenty of hands to help. This is a year of gazing at stars and seeing only their beauty, not their pain. This is a year of movement, my person, my mind, my heart. This is a year of leaps of faith, of stories with me as the main character. This is a year of worry, but the fluttering kind, with fuzzy wings. The kind that you wake up with right before the field trip of your life. This is the year of growth, not of traditional iron strength, but rather the flexible kind that comes with practice and daily living poses. This is a year of presence, of mediation, of boldness. The only thing I can control are my outfits and my outlook, so my eyeliner will be thick enough to carry my confidence and my reactions will be honest. This is a year of boundaries, of demanding to be put first, ahead of work, of research, of family matters. This is a year of heat. All living things are hot to the touch and they never stop. For fear of crystallization, it is a year of learning to enjoy surprises, of attempts of trying, of recklessness, of a head and a body unbowed. This year, my eyes will only look up and ahead, not down. This is a year of shamelessness and heavy, proud love. Yeah.
Affirmations in the building. Go ahead, Adora. You're on mute.
I am loving your life. I want to be part of this year. It just sounds the most exciting. Starting with reckless abandon and just moving and progressing, and then echoing back what you said earlier about your outfits and your outlook and your eyeliner. And yeah, I have been admiring not just the eyeliner, but the eyeshadow for both of you this session. It's just been popping and representing and has to be done. I need to step up with that. Thank you for leading by example. And just so much exuberance. It's not a year of a single thing, but they all complement each other and bring each other to life. And it's just such a beautiful, exciting way to do it. Yeah, especially with flexibility and not the traditional ironclad strength, like you said.
I love that. Ash, did you want to go for it? Go for it. I knew it.
Sorry, just one. I apologize. Just that I feel like you have a vision of what you want the next year to look like. You like have stepping stones that you can see, not so much that they're set in stone, but that you are looking forward and looking at it. And just thank you for taking us on that journey, because that was, very deliberate, well directed. I felt like a cruise or a guided tour, or just, of what you had, a manifestation of what you got going on. It was good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Can you read that line where so we heard the line that we all like the outlook and the outfits. What's the line about the eyeliner to carry my confidence? What is that?
I said my eyeliner will be thick enough to carry my confidence.
I feel like, because I do branding and all that kind of stuff, that should be the, like, all you can control is your outfit and your outlook should be like the name of your book or your brand or your podcast. And then that's the tagline, you know, like make your eyeliner thick enough to carry our confidence. And then you just interview dope people. I really want to just send your way that you consider having a blog or a podcast called that, and have it be about like the intersection of fashion and confidence and mental health and all these like interfaith and all these different things all out there that you might be interested in or not interested in. So that's my planting that seed for 2019. And if you want any help doing any of those things, then just let me know.
Okay. You built in subscribers already, so you're good.
Yes. Yeah, 3 subscribers right here. We'd leave, like, depending on how good the first episode was, we'd consider leaving like a good Apple review.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, I understand.
You gotta make sure you're into quality.
I know. I should do a giveaway immediately so that way people say, I understand.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome. But for real, write that down somewhere. That's maybe you've been saying that a lot. I don't know if that line came up in the inspiration session or you say it a lot, but it's dope. It's really good branding. So
have you been saying it a lot? I have not been saying it a lot. Thank you for checking.
Yeah, like people buy shirts, you know how, like, what are some books like Be a Badass or The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck or I'm Judging You. You know, like, it's like kind of reminds me of those like really good, like, then they become vernacular and like everybody's wearing t-shirts that say it and like it could be a whole thing. So
I wish that'd be really cool.
I've
T-shirts
built
that
you
say
an empire.
something I've said on them.
I can envision it.
I have really good insults, though. I think I'd want people to put insults on these t-shirts. That is great insults.
That could be a shirt itself. I'm good at insults. Strengths. Insults.
Oh, it's honest. That's true.
Forgiveness. Wear that shirt. Oh my gosh. Okay. Can we step it up one more time for Alex? Perfect. Adora.
This is my year of being a married woman and redefining what that means to me. I've always known I wanted kids and saw marriage as part of my own gateway to creating lots of help to try and give my kids a better chance out there. But I don't know how much I've contemplated marriage itself. The first impact is making longer term plans and doing them with someone else, most definitely in my mind. In many ways, this is how I've operated living and being in a relationship with a partner for the last few years. But with marriage, I think I have an opportunity to customize it, the same way we've been customizing the experiences of being married and getting married, being aware of the traditional guidelines, but also taking what space we have to make our own events, our own timelines, our own markers. I'm excited to see how marriage will be for us and also how intentional we can make it. We established such a wonderful foundation with our relationship. The magic now is to decide on blueprints that we'll build with joy and hope, rather than just with whatever materials we find at hand. It is exciting, and with a week or a few months already into it, the rest of the year remains a palette to be relished rather than just wandered across with muddy footprints.
Oh, wow.
Woo! I know her. Who would like?
I know her. Oh my God.
I apologize. I feel like I keep interrupting y'all. There's just a slight delay because of the video and the phone. So I do apologize if it felt like I interrupted y'all. Who would like to start the affirmation train? Go for it.
You said one fragment of a sentence even about sort of making life your own event, and sort of the whole theme of customizing your experience. I love that. I think it's amazing. Marriage is a terrifying concept to divorced kids, such as myself. So to really be able to sort of exert an agency and for you to be so excited about it, to have, again, this sort of sense of exuberance, that's awesome. I loved it. It was great.
Yes.
Yeah. I go.
Go for it.
Okay. So what I said with Alex before was that it was like we could see the triplet she'd planned in her mind, and she had just kind of given us the short rundown of that. But with yours, it's like you kind of grabbed us, and we were like, okay, we're going. And it was a roller coaster of a time. I loved it. It was like you could hear in the ups and downs of your voice just that you were determined. It was the determination that carried out throughout the entire piece. Just a solid base of a foundation. Ooh, super good, so good. So yeah, that's it. What I'm
gonna say. My only, of course, I mean, I love the whole thing because it's about us. So I love just the adventure. I liked how one line note almost made it sound like we were like, you know, people who I was dating, like it almost made it sound like it's a different person than me. So I kind of like giggled about them, like person, but
oh my goodness.
You know, it was interesting. You read it though in such a, like, I'm always working with poets to have them not be like, this is my poem voice, I'm a spoken word artist, you know, to like say it how you say it, you know what I mean? So it felt like we didn't know when you started the poem or ended it. It had like a good speech quality. And so you know, I know you've had the intention of doing a TEDx talk, so it brought up that intention for me to remind you. You know what I mean? So
thank you.
Yes. Can we snap it up for Adora one more time? Woo woo! Okay. Here we go. I'll read y'all mine. There is a room for you here. You are welcome. There is space for you to share. Your voice is important. Our arms are open to embrace. You matter. You do not have to run a race or prove yourself through a series of trials and tests because you are enough. This does not mean that everything is always going to be easy or that our path will be sure, predictable, and smooth. There will be times where forks in the road will come upon us without direction or guidance on which way to turn. There will be times where the earth will shake, boulders and obstacles will block our path. We may even for a time be on completely different roads, and yet I know I got your back. I'm here for you. You don't have to see me to know I am standing with you, behind you, next to you, in front of you, whatever you need, I got you. And yet sometimes I won't know what it is that you need, or I will fail to meet your expectations or the standards we both hold. During these times, please know I am committed to seeing it through. I am comfortable with the discomfort that must arise in order for anything to grow. I'm sure a seedling starts to push through the hardened earth, and for those moments can feel as if the earth is holding it down, only to discover as it pushes through that it is the dirt itself which provides its nourishment. We will grow because we are willing to talk, even when we are afraid to speak. Our closeness our closets will remain free of skeletons, for we will air them out in the sun till they become the stories that have allowed us to flourish. Like the building of a muscle, sometimes things must tear in order for them to be built with strength. But enough of the seriousness. There will also be moments of hilariousness and fun, playfulness and laughter, good food, merriment, and celebration. I look forward to it all, for that is what relationships are made of. And so please know that here you are welcome, you are enough, you are loved. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Would we like to go ahead, Adora?
Yay! First of all, I love the way you started and the way you ended, of course, with welcome. I wasn't clear if it felt initially like it was an invitation to everyone, but I think by the end it felt like it was an invitation to yourself. And so with the welcoming and there's always room for you, you all are not privy to this, but our little apartment has been full of my relatives and friends essentially living here for the last week or so. And Tom Earl has made space for everybody in his heart and in just our tiny square footage of this apartment. So just having that reiterated, coming from his heart again, warmed me and melted me in so many ways. Also liked another one of the images you used, and I think you've used something similar in the past, where you talked about this seedling and pushing through the earth and feeling like that was what was holding it down, whereas it's actually the thing that is making it more energetic and fulfilling it and giving it richness. And I thought that is such a beautiful metaphor for a lot of the problems or things that we experience as problems and obstacles we go through in life, where we know probably it will make us better and stronger if it doesn't kill us. But at the time, it just feels like the one thing that's in our way. So it was wonderful to take us back to that as well.
Thank you, my love. Would someone like to share a second affirmation?
Okay, you say it first. Okay. Actually, also something to say, so we'll just both talk. Okay. I think that throughout this whole expression session, we have been mentioning peace and, sort of ways to find it. Is it something that you already have? Is it something that you have to look for, like a potion in the tall grass and you're playing Pokemon? Like, how do you get it there? And I think that this poem really felt like peace. I think every single part of it, all the tone, the words that you use, the phrasing that you use, it felt like being at peace, being very peaceful. It was almost like a guided meditation.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, in a similar vein, I guess I was gonna say, like, thank you for, I don't know if I could call it a pep talk, but thank you for taking us on yourself, sitting down, having a conversation with yourself, because that's what it felt like to me. The original part where Adore said that she kind of felt like it was an invitation to all, I had that sort of initial response. I was like, oh, okay. And then you started talking. I was like, oh, he's welcoming not only the presence of this relationship, not just, all of the wonderful things that you guys have going on, but really you're welcoming yourself into the fold of the new thing that you've got going on. I think that's so wonderful. That's it. That's like gold. So thank you. Great.
Thank you. Can we step it up for myself and for everybody who read? There we did all the noises. Greetings. Welcome to this month's live and online expression session. My name is Tom Merle. Thank you so much for joining. Can we snap it up for our amazing selves? Our theme this month is energy. Okay, who would like to start us off?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Nurturing my energy, feeding it with the things that keep it bright like a diamond, strong and righteous like one too, light shimmering into the multiple facets that interest me. And being the generator, I know I have the power to pass on energy to those around me, but I'm aware that I don't know how this energy will manifest itself, whether it will vibrate to match my frequency and joy, or whether it will be doing its own thing that will be neutral or beneficial or harmful. And that is the risk of bringing it on. You could dim your light, hide your energy, or you can let that not so little light of yours shine. And if you do, it reveals so much, some ugliness, but also miles and miles of beauty. Bringing energy also brings truth. When you gather your forces behind the things you believe, you find out whether you should stay believing or where the lies may rest. And then you find yourself in spaces where the energy is strong, but not at your own frequency. If you can move away and not engage, great. But sometimes choices are limited, and that's when your generator really needs to kick in, like an airplane engine in turbulence. You stop coasting and you resist by building your own force field of joy and forward motion, so you're not dragged low or back. And instead, use it as an impetus to soar high into the horizon and beyond the limitations of others and beyond your own wildest imaginings.
Yeah, can we step it up? Woo! So the way we do it is after somebody shares, we have two people each give them one affirmation. And so who would like to share an affirmation with Adora?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I really love the imagery that you used throughout. Like I could actually see it coming to life in my head as you were saying it. And then there was a line that you said, I can't quote it exactly, but it was like, once you question or you talk about what you believe, and then you see whether or not you believe it. I was like, yeah, I like that hit really deep. So I loved it.
Yes. Yeah. We're going to say something abstract?
I was just saying nice. I had to see what you meant by affirmation when you first said it. But okay. Commentary. That's what we're doing?
Yeah, but positive.
Okay.
Not constructive feedback. Positive.
Oh, yeah. No. I have nothing negative to say about that. That was beautiful. And in 8 minutes, oh my gosh. I really like the point where you were saying about using the generator, so that you're not just coasting, but you have that power, so you don't fall back or depend on, like, say, the wind to keep you forward. But you're your own generator and you control everything that happens. So I really like that line.
Yeah, definitely. Can we snap it up one more time for Adora? Thank you for those affirmations. Who would like to go next? Abstract or lady narrator?
You can go ahead first.
Okay, no problem. All right. So instead of fear, the feeling of evidence appearing real, that feeling of anxiety you feel is made up. It's not really real. It exists because you created it. You planted it. You watered it. You grew it. You made it a habit. Now you feel like you can't stop it. You own it like it's a part of you. Let it go starting now. Embrace the unknown. Use discomfort as a chance to grow. You won't always have your way because you won't always be in control. And it's going to be okay because you wouldn't know what to do with all that power anyway. So stop worrying about your future when he keeps showing you that he's got you. Say your prayers and shake off that nervousness because you know how long God's been preparing you. Stay ready so you never have to get there. Take your time to breathe. Your blessings aren't going anywhere.
Yes. Can we snap it up?
Woo, woo, woo.
Woo. Can we get 2 affirmations, please?
Yes, please.
Was that a yes, please, as in you want to start?
That was yes. I do. I know my camera wasn't there for a moment, so I wanted you to know I wanted to say something. That was beautiful. Thank you, Abstract. What I loved about it was how you personalized it, and it was really a letter to yourself, and where faith seemed to be your energy, and everything just rested on that energy of faith, and that was just a beautiful foundation to just take us through the entire thing.
Yes, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to share an affirmation or can I, lady narrator?
Oh, go ahead if you have one. Yeah.
Yeah, I brought it up a lot during our interview. I really like, so many poets, we write about things out here and they're very powerful, but I appreciate how all of your poetry or most of your poetry is always so self-reflective and it's very vulnerable. And I think when people use themselves as an example, it allows all of us to feel more comfortable kind of edging into that self-reflective space. And this poem was just another great example. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Definitely. Can we snap it up for Abstract? A little preview of what's to come for the future. Lady narrator, would you like to read yours?
Sure. The physics behind the body are the same behind the mind. A force, a power, an energy. You give what you get as much as you get what you give. So do you really give it your all? Do you really get it all? Should you? In Arabic, they say laziness drags laziness. One begets one. That is the same energy as water. As long as it stays in motion, it stays pure, washing away the energy no longer needed, welcoming the wave of what's necessary. Trust your intuition without doubt. Then distance yourself and hear it again. It's one with you. It's one with God. Create and fixate on the vision you've always known but never let yourself see. Undress from those heavy anxieties, the fading fires, dying energies. You empower yourself through the empowering of others.
Yes. Lady narrator in the building. Can we get 2 affirmations, please? Go ahead, Adora.
First of all, I love that you expanded on what you were saying earlier about the physics of energy and physics of the body. And that, again, similar to abstract, you used faith as part of your foundation for the energy, which I've just come from church, but it didn't even come to me to think of it that way. And just being in this space is almost like a second church and bringing me to faith. And the metaphor you used about water staying pure by being in motion, and how the only time you see ponds that are kind of diseased is when they stay still. Mm-hmm. And that purity of motion is just such a beautiful way to bring it in. So thank you.
I agree. Abstract, would you like me to share, or do you have one?
Do you want to go?
Sure, yeah, definitely. I love the way when people use different ways, different languages express concepts or the same thing. I think that there's so much context in culture to hear it explained from a different worldview. And so expanding upon that, laziness drags laziness. I liked how you brought that in as well. But in general, whenever you're reading, it always just reminds me of like, oh man, I want to team up with Lady Narrator any chance I can get, because your poetry, it's because you're always working on your craft. I can even tell within just a month how much it's improved. So, just even on outside of the poem, as a person practicing your craft, I can tell that you're regularly working on it. So want to share that affirmation as well. So thank you. Can we snap it up for Lady Narrator, please? Woo! Okay, awesome. I will read you mine, and then the moment we've all been waiting for, Abstract will get to share her feature with us. Energy, there it is, a flowing and unwinding. Time passes relative to where my mind is, relaxes, tightens, constrains, contracts, abstract or specific, in tune or dissonant. It's all connected to how I'm nurturing my energy, and it is all a part of this journey we are walking. I used to spend so much time judging, perhaps inspired by jealousy or anger or betrayal. But if I'm being honest, all of this seems to come mostly from my own insecurities. All of it is a waste of time and energy. And I want to spend what I have uplifting in mind and action. What a waste of an opportunity to be spent hoping someone falls or laughing when they do, when instead I could be using it to spend time with those I love, or creating art, or investing in learning, or my business, or my relationships. Like water, it can heal or it can destroy. It can nourish or it can drown. The choice is mine what kind of energy I want to be. I choose to do so intentionally. Can we snap it up for Tom? And can we do 2 affirmations? Go for it, Adora.
Yay! I know I live with you, but your words are always so much joy to me, especially in this space. You tap into a different part of yourself that we don't get to see on the everyday. And I love just how, yes, of course, I love the shout out to Abstract and just your use of language. I saw you stick that in there. And then also just the sense of maturity and growth that I've seen in you over the years, and you're reflecting in the same poem. We're all lovely to hear.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Who would like to share the second affirmation?
I'll say I'm loving the metaphors and Lady Narrator are using with water. I've never thought to use that aspect of nature in my poetry. Like you said, a lot of my stuff is more so self-respective, But I'm loving the metaphors. What she said about kind of similar to idleness being the devil's playground with water always being in motion. That was nice. And I'm trying to remember, what was the line you said? About water being able to heal or destroy. I thought that was really beautiful. I never thought about that. You can use it Same way you can use the power of tongue to destroy or give life. I think that's really nice. That caught my attention.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Can we step it up for Tom? Yeah, and keep it snapping for your beautiful selves and amazing, brilliant minds. Appreciate it so much. Anyone want to share any thoughts, dots connected, anything else before we move on from this part of the workshop?
I'll say something. I think I really like the theme also of taking ownership. I kind of sense that from everyone's piece, that we're all taking ownership for our own energy and behaviors, which is also something I'm trying to focus on in 2019, where it's like surrounding yourself with people who take ownership of their own actions and behaviors and energies, because at the end of the day, it's all up to us how we behave and operate. So I really love that in each of those, it was like, you know, I want to take advantage and make sure that I'm not cruising or coasting, like Adora said, and just taking on our own responsibilities.
Yes, I love that. That's a big theme for me too. I'm reading a book right now called Extreme Ownership by John Gordon. See, I knew you were gonna laugh.
Oh goodness.
It's a great book, but whenever I find somebody new that I like, I always talk about them. And Jocko's like a little outside of my wheelhouse, and so that's why Adora's laughing. You want to add anything to that?
I was just when Lady Narrative started talking about ownership, I was just thinking, as much as I have been slightly resistant to you and this Jocko relationship, I do think anyone who's interested in that theme should definitely read his book this year. I think it would be a very, very helpful resource.
We got it on recording, y'all. Co-signing.
And Jocko's this military jock. He is, like, his name pretty much exemplifies, what was it, a Navy SEAL, a Marine? He sounds like a Navy SEAL / Marine. His whole world is all testosterone and other manly men. I'm not so manly men. So it's an interesting perspective that I think is useful for women of color such as ourselves to maybe explore. Put ourselves in a straight white man's shoes for a while, perhaps.
Appreciate it, my love. Abstract, do you want to share any reflections before we move on to your feature?
This has been a dope experience. I didn't expect to get as much out of it as I did. Believe it or not, as long as I've been doing poetry, you're teaching me to do things that I don't do normally, like making me word vomit and being okay with whatever comes on the page, no edits, no disclaimers. Like, believe it or not, you're pushing me still. So I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank y'all, everyone, for being open and honest and vulnerable with this process. I know it's a lot of like, answer in 20 seconds and then share it immediately. So y'all went on this journey with me. So, if you could just give yourself like a nice pat on the back that you rock, there you go. You're amazing. And one more thing. I'd love to continue the conversation. Feel free to join me at tomearl.com/join. Subscribe below, or let's connect on social media. Tom Earl Artist. Thanks again for watching.